been live on my Facebook page, Marianne Hanson Counselling Service, and my personal Facebook page, Marianne Hanson. Then I've gone live on my YouTube channel, Marianne Hanson Counselling Service. Where else? I think that's it so far. And this is going to be, I'll probably do this as a recorded video as well for my TikTok, because I don't think I can do any more live streams today. So also thank you to everyone if you have donated to my 5k a day for calm. As you know, I've been posting all over the place, but on here I've been posting every single day about my the walks. Sometimes it's been walking, sometimes running. I'll post later on today. I'll also put the link as usual, and you can donate. Even if it's £5, it's still going to make a difference. So Calm, Campaign Against Living Miserably, they do suicide prevention education. They support people who are struggling with mental health. They have an app. They have helplines. They're well known, so you can check their website on their Facebook page. We've raised so far £88,000. So let's try and get it to 100,000 in the next 5 days. It's possible because we are all getting out there every single day doing the work. So thank you if you have donated. So let's talk about this video. I've just gone live doing this on my personal Facebook page, and it is the universe gives you what you ask for, what you're ready for, and what you believe you deserve. So anyone that joins on this live stream, feel free to leave your comments. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this as well. And if you don't get a chance to see and you watch the replay, leave your thoughts. So the reason I want to talk about this is because this is something I definitely believe in. I believe in the law of attraction. I believe in the law of vibration. I believe in the law of, there's another one, but I can't remember the other one. But the strongest one for me is the law of vibration. So that is around energy, really. So that is this law that says, and if your energy isn't matched with another, whether it's an object, whether it's a person, whether it's a thing or a situation, then you're not going to achieve what you want. You're not going to get the right outcome from that. So it believes in this idea that, say if you're in a relationship with someone and your energies are just, you're not in sync, and no matter what you try to do, you feel that you're compatible in lots of ways, you feel that you're attracted to the person, but it's just not working out. Sometimes that can be like, the fact is your energies are just wrong. You just both are not, no matter what you do, you're just not going to be a match because of the energy. So the first thing you have to ask yourself, thanks for joining, whoever's joined, is you need to know clearly what it is you want, or whether you're in contradiction. If you're saying that you want two things but they're in conflict with each other, then the universe doesn't know what's going on. It gets confused. And lots of people do this. Hi, Myla. Lots of people do this. They say they want one thing, but then they say they want something that's in contradiction. Or they say they want something, but their actions or their conscious thoughts are in conflict. So a good thing is relationships or jobs. Let's talk about that. So someone will be saying, oh, I want to get married. I want to be in a relationship. I want this type of person. And then in the second context, they're all over social media trashing men or trashing women, or deep down, they've got barriers or blocks. So there's a book called Closer to Love, which looks at your blockages to love. So if you feel that you're unlovable, or if you feel that, you're not, men are not interested in you, or you feel that all men or women want is just a certain thing or that sort of thing, but then outwardly you're saying that I'm looking for a relationship, mindful of the unconscious messages that you are also emitting. Is it emitting? Yeah, because that's the energy part. Because people can feel your energy. So it doesn't matter what you're saying if you're using words, but if your energy is different, then that's like going to be in contradiction. So what you need to do is to just get things straight, clarify with yourself what it is that you do want, and you need to work on those like unconscious thoughts and beliefs and where they've come from. Maybe they've come from a place that deep down you don't believe you deserve, a loving relationship, you don't believe you deserve to have money, you don't believe that you deserve to be in a particular job. The amount of people who are praying and wishing and hoping for a promotion at work or to be in a higher position and to earn more money, and then when it happens, they then have this imposter syndrome, or they then find a way of like not maintaining it, or then they start to say, oh, I don't like this, I don't like this position of being in a position of power, I don't like having to tell my colleagues like what they need to do, I don't. That's what you dreamed for, that's what you wished for, that's what you hoped for, that's what you asked for, that's what the universe delivered to you because it knows you're good at your job. But then now you've got it, you're starting to like say, oh, this is not what I want. So again, not only is it contradicting yourself when you're asking for one thing and then you get it and then you are struggling with it, but also it means the universe can't then trust you again, and it will not send these things your way because it will say you don't know what to do with it. Because you have to remember as well, if you, someone said this, but I don't know who said it, if you can't deal with a small amount of money and you can't manage that and you can't budget with a small amount of money, then you're not really going to get a big amount of money coming your way. Because if you can't handle £10, then why is someone going to send you £1,000? Because they're going to think, well, you're not going to be able to deal with that. So you have to get things right in the sense of you have to know what you're doing, and you have to work with what you've got. So I've always said that I'm grateful for every client. I said this on my other video. Whether they're paying me £20, £30, £40, £50, £100, whether I'm getting an invoice. I've put in invoices before for £30. This was when I was working for this mentoring company, and it was £15. And it wasn't, do you know what? I wasn't doing it for the money because they were a charity. And I liked the work, and the mentoring consisted really of if someone needed to phone me up and they needed a bit of mentoring because they had mental health issues and they were studying and maybe they had disabilities, they could phone me up, and it could be 5 minutes to just have a quick pep talk. It could be go out and have a coffee with them. Whatever the work you did, you got the £15 for 5 minutes or for 15 minutes. So once I put in an invoice, and I wasn't even going to bother to put the invoice in because I thought £30, when normally my invoices are like £2,000, maybe 500, 700, 800. But I thought, do you know what? It all counts. And it's back to this thing of like, if you value the small stuff and you're grateful for the little things, then the bigger things will come. But if you're constantly saying, well, I don't really know what I want, or that's not good enough, or I don't know, I don't believe in this. So the first thing is you have to be clear. You have to know what you want and you have to ask for it. Lots of people don't ask. They think that the universe is going to guess what it is they want. They think that, you know, their heart is sharing, like, you know, the truth of what they want their life to be like. Well, it's not always. Sometimes it is. But we operate on the unconscious more than we do on the conscious. So everything you say out loud is just words. We still have to be careful with the words. Hi, or Wale. We still have to be careful with the words we use. Because if you say, I don't, you know, when people are in conversations and they say, oh, money doesn't really matter to me, I don't really mind about, I just need a decent amount, or relationships don't really matter to me, I'm fine, like on my own, or this doesn't matter to me, or that's no big deal, or I don't really need this, I don't really... Deep down, those people saying it sometimes don't believe it, and they're just saying it for the sake of it. But the universe will hear, and also you still have to be careful with the language you use. But it's more important is the unconscious, it's the things that you don't say but you believe. That's where the energy part comes in. Because you can be the most confident person in the world and you can be sprouting out all these things. But if you deep down in your heart don't believe it and you have like insecurities deep down, then that's what's going to be picked up on. That is going to be the energy that you're putting out there. So the next bit is, first of all, it's asking for what you want and being very strict, being very specific, and not being in contradiction. And the second bit is, are you ready for the opportunities? Are you ready for love? Are you ready for money? If you're not ready, what would help you to get ready? So being ready for something means that you are preparing yourself for that thing to come into your life, or that you're ready because you are completely, if it came to you that today, you would take it. The amount of people that say, oh, I've met the right woman but it's the wrong time, or this job came at the wrong time for me, or why didn't this come a week ago? Those people are not ready. Those people are not ready. The universe has sent them. The universe decides the timing. You don't always get to decide the timing. Sometimes you do. Sometimes it can happen like it says in the films, or it says on the YouTube channels, but mostly it isn't like that. These people that say if you dream about £1 million, or you go to bed and you dream about a cheque coming in the post for £50,000 and you manifest it. I personally don't believe in that, because I don't think, I'm not saying it doesn't happen, because I'm not someone that discounts anything. I think the universe operates in its own timing. It will give you might not get the thing that you want at the time you want it, but you will always get the thing that you need and you believe in and that you're ready for. So if you're not ready for something because you haven't been doing the work, a job isn't just going to fall out of the sky if you're not doing application forms. And also if you're not, if say like you are saying, oh, I'm ready for an interview, but you don't own a suit, or you don't own clothing for the interview. That's one of the things with me, actually. Even before I went on a date, this was a few months ago, I'd already knew what my date outfit was going to be before I'd even signed up to like this dating site. I planned what I was going to wear, and I did wear that on the first date. In fact, I wore all my 3 outfits we went 4 dates, so I had my 4 outfits ready. Before I've moved house, I said this on my other video, I had the boxes ready to move. I already had the list of places that I needed to contact to tell them that I was moving. This was before I'd even viewed the property that I was going to move into. You just have to, you have to have the space in your head. You have to be such like an imaginative person that you are always creating opportunities before they arrive. I mean, I don't think I've got ADHD, but my brain operates like someone with ADHD, but in a different way. And what I mean by that is I've always got ideas in my head. I've got like a really strong imagination. I can vision things. And I think you have to, because the universe will work with you. The universe knows what type of person you are. It will not send you opportunities if it knows you're lazy and you're not going to get those things done. Have you heard this saying that says, if you want something done, give it to a busy person? That was me when I was a social worker. I'm not proud of it, because to be fair, the reason I deregistered I left the social work register was because I said when I kept getting all these job opportunities, because I was an independent social worker and I was doing fostering assessments. I was doing like 6 at a time. I was working with foster carers who had been accused of allegations. I was probably working with 4 or 5 of them at a time, supporting them through that. I was doing bits of work here, bits of work there. It was too much, because I was doing counselling work as well. And the only way, I said to the agency, the only way that I'm going to stop is if I deregister. if I deregister as a social worker, it means I can't take on any more work. It means I have to focus then all in on my counselling, and that's why I did it. But the point is, if I hadn't have deregistered, because I can still go back to that register if I want, to be fair, but I don't need to, because I'm focused on the counselling, then I would have just got more and more work. Because as it says, if you give a busy person work to do, they're probably going to get it done. If you give a lazy person with lack of not much work to do, they're going to find a reason not to get it done. That's how the universe works. It's kind of like it knows the person to send the money to. It knows the person to send the jobs to. It knows the person to send the clients to. It knows the person to send the relationship to. So what you have to think about is, if you're not getting these things that you want, if you're not getting these things that you need, if you're not getting the things that you ask for, there's something in the way, there's something stopping you. And don't look externally for what's stopping you. Don't say the reason this is not happening is because the government. The reason this is not happening is because we get dark nights are drawing in. Do you know what I mean? If you go on TikTok, there's always a reason that things are a mess. And usually it's to do with the weather. It's to do with all sorts of things which are not like look from within, start from within. If we look, always start from within and then work outwards. Don't go external and work inwards. If you say, and as a person, that's why, like for me, I take ownership and accountability for my life. I don't blame anyone. I don't blame my parents. I'm not saying, and this is another thing, I am a counsellor, so I'm not trying to say to people that those things don't influence and impact on you, because they do. Okay, so I want to just give credit to the fact that your past does impact on you. The mental health does impact on you. External things does impact. But you need to start internally first and say, okay, well, I'm in this position at the moment. This is not where I want to be in my life. What are the things that I'm doing that are preventing me, or what is getting in the way? Okay, maybe it's you don't have the routines. Maybe your spending habits are out of, all over the place. Maybe you haven't spent enough time doing personal development stuff. Maybe you're lazy. Maybe you, don't interact with the right people, or don't do. So you start with yourself. Then you can work outwards and you can say, okay, well, maybe because of the location I'm in, hi Bradley, it's not working for me. The point is, if you want these opportunities, if you want love, if you want money, if you want whatever it is, you need to figure out what barriers are in the way. Then you need to get rid of those barriers, and then you're going to be ready for the stuff to come. That's the first step. The things are not going to come until you're ready. And the final step is, do you believe you deserve those things? So I don't know if anyone's been watching Married at First Sight. I'm not going to do another, I did like a little review of it. I don't watch every episode. I don't watch the whole series. I've seen a few episodes. You might have seen one couple, which is Maeve and Joe. They're very different, but they're very compatible. Hi, I'm I don't know how to pronounce Thui. I don't know how to pronounce your name. I'm not going to try. But thank you for joining. So on this Married at First Sight, you've got a couple that the experts have deemed that they're going to make a good match. Now, whether you believe it or not, that sometimes they do it purposely for entertainment, or whether it's based on science, I think that they were a good match in terms of they were attracted to each other. They seemed to have, hi Archie, they seemed to have something, a few things in common, and the chemistry was there anyway between them. Hi, I can't pronounce your name either, so sorry, because I don't want to make a mistake. XMON, I can't pronounce that, but thanks for joining. So this couple, anyway, on Married at First Sight, she came into the experiment saying that in her relationship, she's always felt undeserving and insecure, and that she's always been a party girl. She was always drinking a lot and just doing certain things, and she's owning up to that stuff, but she's saying that she does feel that she doesn't trust men and that she's got insecurities. These guys come from, he had like a partying lifestyle, but he's settled down now, so he's in the more secure phase of his life. He came in there very calm and stuff. They started off, they were okay. I'm talking about giving an example of the last point, which is you don't believe you deserve something, and I'm using Married at First Sight as an example. Oh, thanks for subscribing. Oh, thanks, Archie. So, because she came into that whole thing with the idea that she isn't good enough or isn't worthy of someone, and because she has a lack of trust of men, whoever showed up for her is going to have to already prove to her that they are who she thinks they're not, because she's already come in with that to start with. So whatever he did at that point, when they were intimate together quite early on, they were saying, I love you. They were very close. To me, they were like a couple that was like the front runners. They were not slow burners. They were really in sync. Anyway, she then started to, little things he was doing, she started to pick up on those things, but she was turning them into mountains when they were not. They were molehills. There were little things that, obviously, if you've married someone for the first time, you've never spent time around them, you're not just going to know everything about them. You're going to have your little arguments and things. But because she was waiting for him to prove that he was all the bad things that she thought that men are, she was like zoning in on that stuff. And then it just turned into a complete nightmare. And then they separated. Can you donate? Hi, Maddie. No, you don't need to donate that much. that's too much. I think it's better to, hi Maddie. No, that's too much. You could, but I don't want you to do that because I think that's too much. Cut that down in half and then cut it again. But I'll put the little link today when after I've done this, or I'll put the link on here as well, but I'll put the link when I do my little daily updates. And yeah, thank you. Whatever you don't, even if it's like £5-10, but no, don't, not that much, Maddie, that's too much. Thank you anyway. So because she had that doubt, then it doesn't matter who I'd say with Maeve, whoever the universe sends her, the most perfect guy that does everything, that she provides her with everything she needs, because she doesn't feel that she deserves it, she's not really good, it's not going to work out. And that's what you have to think to yourself, that the universe is on your side if you want it to be on your side, if you ask for what you want, if you get ready for what you want. Oh, you're a YouTuber as well, Archie. Well, if you put your, if you tell me your YouTube channel, I'll take a look at it after. So put it in the comments, and then I'll take a look at it, Archie, because yeah, brilliant. So really, there's two quotes I want to leave you with. Can you get my channel on and shout out? I can't see. You have to put what your channel is. What is your what's your name of your channel, Archie? Is it just your name, Archie Richardson, or is it something else? If you write what your channel is, then I'll shout it out for you then. So there's two quotes I want to leave you with, because obviously I don't want to make this live stream too long. It's already gone over 20 minutes. The first one is, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. We've all heard that. I think that's come from like a karate movie or something. That is so true. Because when you're ready, that's the only, you're not going to get what you're going to be, people are like, even right today, people are praying for things. They are hoping for things. They're saying, why have I got bad luck? Why am I not getting this? I've been asking for this all my life. I've been asking for a man or a woman to walk into my life. I've been asking for a job. They're just not, there's something which is stopping that from getting through. There's something blocked in the drain pipe. There's a barrier, there's an obstacle, there's something. So what you have to work out really is, because if you're ready for something, then nothing is going to stop it from getting to you. So the point is that you're not ready for it, or you haven't asked, you haven't been specific. You can't be vague. You can't be vague with the universe. You have to be specific. Every time I've said I need a client, I don't even say I need. There's been times in my life, in my business, where I've said, you know what? I could do with another 3 clients. I could do with another contract. I could do with another, I could just do with this. I could do with this. I've been specific. I could do with 3 more clients this week. There's been times where I've actually said, I could do with, I'm working with 2 male clients today now. I could do with 2 more female clients. I could do with a client of this age. I could do with this. I've been specific in the past. So specific that I've literally been able to manifest, or the universe has actually sent me exactly what I've asked for. Other times it has just been a certain amount of money. Oh, I need a bit more money because I've overspent this month on this, and then I've got that. You have to be ready for it. The universe needs to know that 1, you're the type of person that is going to make use of it, and 2, that you're ready for it, and 3, that you've asked for it and that you believe you deserve it. So if you do that, there's no reason why you wouldn't get what you want. So the final quote is from Jim Rohn, and you've probably seen loads of quotes from Jim Rohn because they're all over my social media. I listen to him most days. In fact, out of all the motivational speakers, Jim Rohn's the one that I listen to the most. He says, things don't change unless you change. So instead of, right, I'm writing down, let me write down, Archie, it's called what? Attila the Dan, 83. I think, or is it the Don? Do you know what? Because I can't see it properly. Attila the Dan, 83. Right, okay. Archie, after this, I'll have a look at your YouTube channel. No problem. So for things to change, you have to change, is what the quote says. And all it's saying really is, that instead of waiting for external factors to change, instead of waiting for the weather to change, instead of waiting for the government to change, instead of waiting for what's yours, Maddie? If you tell me your YouTube, then I'll have a look. You need to write what it is, because and then I'll look at it. So what have you put? Can you, Archie? Right. What I'll do, Archie, is I can have a look at it. I'll be honest with people. I only subscribe to channels that I'm genuinely interested in subscribing in, because I watch all the channels that I'm subscribed to. I'll watch their videos, and I'm subscribed because I like their content. Now, it doesn't mean that if I don't subscribe to someone, your content isn't. But say if it doesn't match, so like a good example would be a gaming channel, or a football channel, or a channel about something which I know that is not my type of activity. It would be pointless me subscribing to it, because I wouldn't watch the videos, or I wouldn't watch videos on gaming or football. So it means you wouldn't get any views anyway. And I get what people just want subscribers, but every channel I've subscribed to and that I am subscribed to, it's because I'm interested in the content, or it's in like alignment with me. So that's why I say I will have a look. If anyone puts their channel, I will definitely have a look. And then if it fits with you know, my interests, then I will subscribe. So Charlie, Isaac, Lewis, I can see lots of people, hi. Yeah, so just that I think I'll probably leave it there then. So just know what you want and be clear, say it out loud. Careful with the words you're using about what you don't want. Don't be in contradiction or conflict with yourself. If you want something, don't say you want the opposite, because the universe will get confused. Oh, thank you, Cozy Vibes. Appreciate it. Be ready. So make sure you're ready. Oh, you're only, Isaac, you've put your 6. What? I didn't think a 6-year-old could come. And also, I put that this isn't for kids. It's not, we're not talking about anything major, but this is not really a kids topic. But I did put that it's selected not for kids. But if you're 6, Isaac, which I don't know if you are, but if you are, that's good that you've been able to get on YouTube at this age. Right, because I'm wrapping this up, so I will do another live stream. I don't go live on this channel as much as I do on my other channels. You're 10, Jack, you're 10. How comes? Okay, I suppose it's half term, isn't it? So yeah, thanks for joining, everyone that's joined anyway. And yeah, so just know what you want. Make sure you're ready for what it is that you want, and believe that you deserve it. So if you do those 3 things, then you should get what you want from the universe. Thanks to everyone that's joined. I literally have got to jump into a session right now, and I will see you all soon. So thanks for joining. Okay. Bye.